Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another Arcane reaction for you guys. This is Season 1, Episode 2, titled, Some Mysteries Are Better Left Unsolved. I disagree. I like when my mysteries are solved, but that's just me. But interesting title nonetheless. So, the first episode of the show, which was Welcome to the Playground, interesting title there. But the first episode was pretty good at setting up this world, well technically two worlds, because we got to see this very upper echelon high class city, like a very sophisticated looking city with a lot of money, all that kind of stuff, and these enforcers who protect everything, and then this underground dark area where our main characters actually live. And so it just shows the two different worlds essentially within the world that they're living on. It's very two very different places. And so it seems that Vi and Powder, the sisters, are going to be the leads of the show. I'm not 100% sure, just based off how the first episode progressed. I'm assuming that they are the leads. I'm not sure. But I really liked the dynamic between them two, especially seeing the opening flashback of the episode where I'm presuming that's their mom and dad who died, and they came across, I think his name is Vander, right? I think that's how you pronounce his name, who is now running, I guess, the underground city or something, or running some sort of, like, operation or whatever, where he interfered with those people having some sort of deal in his bar. So it's interesting to see the dynamic there where now they're running along with these two other kids, and they get into this area they're told about by Little Man, which of course was all this planned by this villain that was revealed at the end of the episode to steal all this like stuff, and a lot of it was thrown away into the river or whatever. And there's these little crystals, and one fell out, caused this huge explosion, caused the whole mess. Everybody's talking about it, and Powder still has more. Like at first she showed just one in her palm, and then also she pulls out like three or four, and like, look what I have, Vi, look what I have. And like, okay, he's like, should we tell Vander? No, let's not tell him. Keeping secrets. Maybe the mysteries, or maybe the mysteries are tied into whatever those things are, because that one was just bouncing on the floor and then in the explosion. So I'm not sure, but it's all set up, and honestly I think it was good setup, because the first episode could have been just a lot of setup and not a lot of payoff or any sort of reveals in terms of like big moments, but they did a pretty good job of setting up the world, introducing us to these characters, a good variety of characters, and then ending on a pretty big note where they turn a little mouse with this purple liquid into some giant creature or whatever that devours the cat, when it's implied the cat's going to eat the mouse. No, the other way around. So I have questions, and like it says, some mysteries are better left unsolved, but I hope some are solved within the show. But yeah, let's get into the episode, guys. I actually really enjoyed that first episode. Love the look of the show. I'm excited to continue. Here we go, guys. Episode 2.
Hello?
Oh.
Someone in there?
Oh, okay. Yep, yeah. Wow. We get to see who was on the other side of the door right away. Interesting. They gonna see Bigfoot? Kidding. Oh shit. Oh shit, okay. Oh. What in the hell? You're being transported? She's alive. Okay.
What happened here?
Well, some kids got in there and
I guess.
you guess.
Science didn't require illegal equipment.
No. How am I dangerous? No, that's for the council to decide.
He's being arrested. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if he's not allowed to have that stuff and he was doing something... Oh. Okay, on his wrist. Okay.
What manner of inquiry was this?
Yeah,
Professor,
what was going on?
I believe I've discovered something truly incredible. A way to harness magic through science.
Magic. Own your mistakes before the council. Admit your work was dangerous. But
He's not gonna...
nothing of magic.
Yeah, he won't be able to be quiet about it.
I theorize.
Okay. Slow-mo. That's cool.
Remind me why we bother with
Dang. Oh. The enforcers killed their parents.
Give me a name.
Same armor and everything. Give me a name. Spit.
Got nothing.
She has something very important. Yeah. Ooh. There you go. Run. Okay. Thank you. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, shit.
Darling, he nearly blew up our daughter.
Jayce had nothing to do with that. He was robbed.
Mm-hmm.
We need to help him.
Caitlin's right.
They better help.
We've known Jayce for years.
You sure that's what you want? We crossed that bridge once before. We all know how that ended.
You're just protecting your kids.
Does that happen in the past?
I'm protecting our people. Do I look afraid?
No,
I don't think so.
you look weak.
I mean, she made a point saying you're not the same Vander that built this, so...
Why isn't it doing anything?
Vander's gotta deal with the enforcers.
What deal?
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering. Getting to that point now. Why is it getting dark?
Jayce Talos.
I ask the council's forgiveness, and I hope that I can continue my studies.
As Jayce's patron of many years, I can speak for his character.
Can
I
you?
believe that one day he will be a great contributor to our society.
It was revolutionary.
Revolutionary how? All I see is a boy meddling with things he doesn't understand.
Oh boy.
The academy seems that I was trying to create magic.
I knew he would be able to hold back. He had to say something.
The Arcane is the curse of our world. My race was nearly destroyed by it.
Surely we, the pioneers of science, can use it for good. We're the champions of discovery.
I've seen this power in the wrong hands.
Okay.
It corrupts, consumes, lays waste to civilizations.
Corrupts, consumes, lays waste. Okay.
That cannot happen here, my boy.
My son isn't in his right mind. His entire life he's chased an impossible dream. What he did was foolish and unwise.
You may take your son home, Mrs. Talos,
That's good.
but he is never to set foot on Academy grounds again.
Sorry, man.
Who are you?
You're looking for four children.
Running circles round Pildover's finest.
What about it? Could it work? Could these
Well-
rules really invoke?
I mean, maybe.
Nonsense. No, no, no.
He's thinking about it. He's like, I don't know. Maybe he was onto something. Yeah.
Beautiful, aren't they? Yet, up there, on the surface,
What the hell?
no one even knows they exist. Power, real power, doesn't come to those who are born strongest, or fastest, or smartest.
Okay.
It comes to those who will do anything
Anything.
to achieve it.
No matter what. Yeah. Jesus.
Do whatever it takes. Turn the undercity upside down if you have to. Just fight them.
Oh boy.
What can I get you?
4 sump rats will do. So place.
Oh god. Yeah, they're gone. I figured. Let's get a little trick. Clapping monkey to go, get the fuck out. Wow. Came back a sneak attack. He's telling him to back
You
down.
weren't always the peacekeeper, were you?
No. Ooh. Oh shit. Come on, come on, get the fuck out of there, come on.
You people down here are all the same.
Oh really?
Mistaking arrogance for bravery. You think you're standing up for something?
You better leave.
We all know there is a crime behind every coin that passes through this place.
They won't stop. We need to fight back.
I mean,
If you
she's
won't,
got a point.
I will. Why are we here?
This is everything.
You still don't understand.
What I don't understand is how you can work with them. We were here. We saw what they did.
If I hadn't, your parents would still be alive.
I knew it. The time they rose up, everything, that was the last time.
But who are you willing to lose?
You gonna commit suicide, my dude? He's not gonna do it. I don't think so. Whoa! It's that guy.
I wanted to talk about your work. This hex tech theory of yours.
Hex
It's not
tech.
a theory.
I mean,
I saw with my own eyes what magic can do.
mm-hmm.
The lives it can save. I want to help you complete your research.
Yeah.
No one thinks it can be done.
I mean, you gotta try.
You're going to change the world. Don't ask for permission.
What makes you different makes you strong.
What's going on?
Always remember that, okay?
Okay. He knows something's up. Damn it, no, don't cut away. Of course. Of course. That's how they end the episode. They have that really close-up shot on Vi and then credits. I want to jump to the next episode now, episode 3, but it's okay. Let's talk about episode 2. They introduce us to a brand new character, Jayce, in this episode, and I like how they introduced him because in the first episode, when they're all in that like research lab area, whatever, like his room essentially he's trying to get into, we see the person turning on the lock in the first episode, like we know someone's trying to get in. We don't know who it is. And then they open this episode with the person who's actually getting into his room and his research, and they're stealing his stuff, you know, that he's been doing this research on, and then he gets knocked back. And I'm thinking, did they just kill him? Like, are they implying that, like, you know, this guy, his stuff, you know, they stole, he's now dead? Because he gets hit from that blast. But then it flashes back to a flashback when he's up in the snowy mountains with his mom, which, okay, so don't know why you guys are out there. You looking for Bigfoot? I don't know what they're doing. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this person walks up with a staff and does this crazy spell, like all this cool shit. I'm like, oh, okay, this is really cool. And then it shows the like Earth. It's early in the morning, and I'm like, were they on Earth before? I'm guessing they were, but now they're in this sunny mountainous area or whatever, and the guy's just standing there, and then his mom's alive, and he's asking how, like, what? And then he hands him the stone that this guy used, and now he has it. Now he has it on a wristband, the stone. And ever since then, he's been trying to create magic, or somehow, I'm guessing create it because he doesn't know how to do it. But he has the stone, which I'm assuming can work as some sort of magic, but he's trying to find a way scientifically to create it and to control it, which obviously is something that, as it's implied throughout the episode, it's never been done. And we have, I forget his name. He's a cute little guy. I forget his name, but he at first, when the door opens, because Jayce, of course, is arrested because, like, he's, like, dealing with shit because, of course, they're investigating. They're in there because there's a giant explosion. It makes sense they're all investigating what happened. They're taking all this stuff out that he shouldn't have at all. And so the door opens up in his little cell, and then this, like, big shadow, and then they do, which we've seen this before in other shows and stuff, in movies, where it's actually a small individual, or sometimes if it's small shadow, it's a big individual. But I'm thinking of the movie more recently, Frankenweenie, that I watched, where they did that, where they had a giant shadow and this loud booming, and then just a little, I think it's like a little gerbil or something that came alive in the movie. But anyways, not connected at all to this. But he walks in and he's telling me, like, don't mention magic, okay? When you go to your trial, don't mention what you were trying to actually do. Just, like, you're saying all this, but it can't happen, and don't say it. Of course, he says it at his trial, but then he opens up and tells Jayce and tells everybody, because he's like over 300 years old. I think that's what he said, like over 300 something. He said, I've witnessed what magic can do. It can corrupt, and it changes lives, and it cannot be controlled. Like, basically saying, like, I understand, Jayce, what you're trying to do. It's not going to happen. But I know firsthand it cannot be done. And I'm glad that his mom, Jayce's mom, spoke up. The person who was saved by magic. But she spoke up and said, like, he's not in his right mind, and she had to save him because they were going to do a lot worse to him than what happened. He just got sent home and he can no longer be at the academy or whatever. Like he cannot continue his research in terms of the accessibility he had before. And so it seems now he's going to continue his research because we have this guy who was actually there. And I forgot Victor's name. I forgot his name. I said the Kane guy, but Viktor. And he was actually reading through his notes, Jayce's notes, and going, Because, see, he was even questioning after, of course, they took all this stuff, and he's talking to that other guy who was talking about his experience and seeing what magic does to people. I really wish I remembered his name. I'll make sure I remember it later on. Don't kill me. But he was even asking, well, is it possible? He's like, could you do this? He's like, well, what? Because Viktor's interested, which, I don't know. Could that imply something bad? I don't know. Evil? I don't know. But Jayce was going to kill himself. Thankfully, Viktor was there to stop him and go, I actually think you're onto something here. I think we can do this. I think it can be done. Which, I don't know, Viktor with that name, it's an evil sounding name. Usually when you hear the word Viktor, it doesn't sound good. Like, this person's going to be bad. So I don't know, but we'll see. Maybe this show will surprise me. Maybe. So I was thinking we're focusing on Jayce for a good little bit in the beginning. I'm thinking, okay, so we just focusing on Jayce in this episode. So are we not focusing on Powder or Vi or anything? Like, nope. Cuts right back to them pretty quickly within the episode, and they're laying low, but that doesn't work out because their enforcers are there, and then everything just goes to shit. And then what I liked, they didn't waste too much time on revealing this mystery, because in the opening of the show, the flashback, we see where these enforcers, and now because some of the enforcers are wearing different armor, but now we're seeing these other enforcers who look just like the ones in the flashbacks. Like, okay. And they reveal in this episode that in that flashback in the first episode, they reveal here that the last time they decide to rise up and go against what's the norm and going across the bridge to basically stand up for themselves, Vi and Powder lost their parents, and it seems like a lot of lives were lost on that day. And Vander said, if I would not have led our people from the underground, they would have still been alive. And essentially, I think it would have, maybe it wouldn't be as much chaos as it is now, because it's clear as day the two worlds are in very different, like, even though they're inhabiting the same world, the two different worlds essentially that they're all living in are in basically at a high point where it's a lot of tension. The enforcers are down there in the underground trying to find the four of them because they were notified, you're looking for 4 individuals, because we have this, which I don't think they even said his name yet. The evil guy with, I thought it was a mechanical eye, but it's like a red eye or whatever. Like, he has this really interesting, like, scar on his face. I'm not really sure. But I was right. They used that kid, I think it was the same kid, I believe, as the test subject for that, I was a device, but it was really essentially formula, some sort of potion or something. He started turning, and of course it cuts away because they don't want to show us yet what it looks like. But I'm assuming he survived. Maybe. Interestingly enough, too, they teased a giant fish in the first episode. And I think I accidentally cut that part. I was supposed to. I wanted to keep it in, but I think I cut it by accident. But then they show that giant fish again. But they show other giant creatures and stuff in the back, like a giant octopus or whatever. I'm like, my God. And then he says to the kid, he's like, yeah, if they knew up there what was down here, monsters. You know, it would change a lot if they knew what was under the water, like deep in the water. Like, things would change, because like, there's fucking giant monsters in the water, dinosaurs. So that's interesting. That's an interesting addition to this world, that within the waters there are giant fucking monsters. just to add more craziness to this world. It's crazy. So the formula was tested, started turning crazy, and then of course it cuts away. But the ending there, it seems like Vi is turning herself in. It's implied that she's turning herself in, and that makes sense why, she told Powder, what makes you different makes you strong, basically just giving her some really a nice touching moment, and then she leaves. And then Vander realizes, see, I think Vander gave up. I'm guessing, what's his name? Echo? I thought they called him Little Man. Or like he gave up, I believe, that same location where, of course, because they didn't waste any time either to tell. Oh, by the way, I overheard Vander works secretly with the enforcers. Like, I feel like it's not like it to where he's like in cahoots where like they're, you know, like he's buddy with them in a sense. I think Vander just more like he's just trying to protect his people and trying to stay out of the problems. But it's kind of impossible when this all went down, and so I'm wondering the name he gave up was probably just that location specifically. So who knows? I don't know, but Vi's there to give herself up. I wonder how that's going to go over. I want to get to the next episode. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. I don't think I did. But this episode was very good. I like the continuation of the story. I like the fact that they focus a lot on a new character. It was interesting because his whole approach to this world, especially him living on the upper echelon, I forget what they called it. It starts like a P or something, the city they're living in or whatever. But, of course, his name is now not good anymore, and he was, of course, sent back to his house. He's no longer allowed to be on the premises anymore of the what is it called, the university or whatever. But, like, it just seems that now maybe his story's going to intertwine with all of them. With Vi and Powder, I'm guessing, I don't know, unless we're going to be following multiple storylines, but maybe it's all going to come to one, because it seems this evil guy who has this like formula, it's going to intertwine with a lot of things. I'm assuming it's not going to end well. So, what you guys think of the episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys. Whatever thoughts you have about episode 2 of Arcane, of course, based on League of Legends, let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.